I just didn't fit the environment, which was a struggle. I didn't fit the environment because I was being prepared for a totally different environment.
Welcome back. I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation like I am. I hope you're also going on the emotional roller coaster. This story of yours is bananas. The ups and downs of lives are insane.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You've gotten, first of all, just out of curiosity, I know a Gishuru.
Yes.
It's there's a famous family, Julie Gishuru.
Yes.
Would this by any chance happen to be their school or the family school?
Yes, this school was owned by Julie Gisher's husband, the mother of Julie Gisher's husband. Yes.
So Julie Gisher's mother-in-law.
So yes, I think also the school, I think it's named after them because it's Victor, Tony, and Nellie. Victor Nell.
Oh.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
So they gave you in Form 2,
2005 now.
5.
Beginning of Form 2 now, I'm going to a new school.
No weevils.
No more weevils. It's yogurt. It's great.
What?
And it is a boarding school, and we had separate boarding for boys and girls.
Yeah.
And Richie, I'm now in the school where food is brought in hot pots, right? I'm like, remember I used to sell my 2 slices of bread to get 10 shillings, right? Here, I'm given a quarter of a bread. I'm given boiled eggs. I'm given, and I'm asked if you don't like it. I'm like, what do you mean if I don't like it? This is the best meal ever.
It's better,
right?
Better than home.
Better than school. Like, do you know where I'm from? Oh, this is amazing. This is wow. Really amazing. So I go into to Victor Nell, but remember, I didn't even leave Arutani. What happened? It was based out of a conversation, right? From that conversation, it was, come to school. My mom was told, take her to school, go buy her uniform and take her to school. So it was just, I left everything in Arutani and I just got new uniform. Now I'm wearing even trousers and they have blazers, and I'm going to a different school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your blue box, you left it.
My blue box, that metallic thing. My blue box is in Arutani, and now I'm in Victor Nell, Form 2. And this is when now I noticed, wait, things are different here. My classmates were coming from very well-to-do. Most of them. We had a few students on scholarship, almost 3 or 2. The rest were from very well-to-do families as well. So you can tell the nature of conversations there are different. The vacations are different. They're talking about international. I have not left Nakuru at this point.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
wow.
Never. The farthest I'd gone was Nyakach to bury my dad's home.
But you've not gone down the Nairobi way?
No, I've never stepped in Nairobi.
Wow.
No. So they're talking about, they have French and German in the school. I'm only coming for English and they are talking about foreign languages. And the kids there, what I noticed is they were very specific about what they wanted. My desk mate was very specific. She just wants languages because her dream was cabin crew. And that was it. And she knew after high school she was going to Germany, and that was it. Like, she already had her path set for her, right? Students had cars.
Wow. But they're boarding.
Students had more expensive phones than our Motorola. You remember my mom's Motorola that had to be on speaker for it to work, right? I saw expensive phones back then. We didn't have touchscreen. There were the flips. There were the, and I'm like, I'm just used to the nice Motorola, right? So it's different. It's a change.
Is there discrimination? But then also, are you fitting in?
I'm fitting in.
Okay.
Because no one knows where I'm from. I'm fitting in very well, and I'm smart. And I'm answering questions in class. So everybody's like, oh, okay. So I'm fitting in very well. And then no one cares about where you're from because they all are coming from
somewhere.
Yeah.
In fact, the assumption is you're also from somewhere.
Exactly. So everybody's assumption is everybody's from, well-to-do, and that's it. So there wasn't a struggle to fit in. The only struggle will come in when the students would complain, it doesn't have yogurt. The porridge doesn't have yogurt. There was a time they threw away the food because it was cold. And I was in shock. I was in shock. I was going to have my food. Like, what? Why? Why are you doing that? Because for them, they're coming from a totally different standard and totally different background, right? For me, I know what it takes to have this food here. So I'm appreciating my experience to the maximum. I don't even have to buy a mattress to this school. That's how cool it is.
Wow.
So,
and then, the one thing I've not heard you mention throughout this whole story, from primary till now, apart from one person, is friends.
Oh, yeah, friends. So I had friends. Remember the people we started with in our kindergarten, in our nursery school. Let me call it. It was called nursery school, right? That we transitioned into primary school. So I still had them, but they were not that close. We were not very close because every family is going through its own struggles.
Yep.
But I remember I used to have a desk mate, Izo. His name was Izo. And one thing he used to tell me is, you don't fit here.
Here being?
Where we were living. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, I used to be told I have an accent, which, I can't tell. I just didn't fit the environment, which was a struggle. I didn't fit the environment because I was being prepared for a totally different environment. But now 2003 happened and all that changed, right? So, Richie, I wasn't even looking at doing uni in Kenya, right?
At that time?
At that time.
You're already dreaming like that?
Yes, my dad was preparing me for, you're not studying here, you remember him and wanting the best of the best?
Kenya
that
High,
was him. Yes. That was his bare minimum, was Kenya High, and then after that, it's abroad for you. And remember, his side of the family, that was a trend, right? That was the trend. So it wasn't very
foreign.
this situation that we were in this one-roomed house was very temporary. It was not permanent. But now you have a child who's speaking English in an environment, and you're like, are you from here? I used to be asked that a lot. Like, are you from here? Do you live here? And that's why for me, boarding was a good, an escape from whatever was happening within the environment.
The way you're speaking now, did you speak like this then?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember in class 5 being told that when I was reading out in class. Because my dad and I were doing this from kindergarten. Remember, I was doing my homework in kindergarten and reading and all that. So I'm being told, you sound different from class 5 when, I'm reading and all that, all the way up.
And here's the crazy thing. You've not lived anywhere else.
I have not left Nakuru. I have not gone beyond Freehold, if you know Nakuru boundaries. I've not gone to Njoro, if you're on this other side, right?
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're in this, let's go back to this new school.
New school, now it's Form 2. Remember?
Actually, sorry, just one question before that. The friend who you sat next to was telling you about French and how she wants to be cabin crew.
Yes.
Now that you join this institution, do you have a dream?
No, but the conversation I'm hearing are the conversations I had with my dad about abroad. The other friend, I remember her, she was just like, her brother used to be in Russia and she's joining her brother after high school. The other one was in high school because her parents are away abroad and they can't afford having her just having a day school, so she was brought to the high school. So I'm like, all you people, your conversations are so different. You're talking already about international experiences. And
I've not even been to the capital city.
Yeah, I haven't gone to Nairobi. Yeah. So those are the conversations I'm hearing, right? But for me as well, my focus is this scholarship, this is good. Now I don't have to worry about fees or selling my bread. Now I have to.
It's crazy.
I have to now, prove why am I here.
Wow.
And actually, it wasn't the beginning of the term that I joined. I was kicked out of, I was called again, remember? In between, I was called to go home for fees. Because by this time, my fee had accumulated. Remember, my mom would just kiddo go and then to manage the situation. So I didn't leave towards the end of the time. It was in between the time that I left for fees and then I joined this school. Yes.
Wow.
That's what happened. So there was no plan. It just happened. My mom just got the money, got me uniform. Like I had to look the part. I looked the part and boom. I'm in a new school. The other school doesn't even know. They just think I'm doing what?
Yes, looking for money.
Again, so she will be back, right? And I didn't go back.
And in this school, do you start doing well?
I'm constantly doing well.
Is it KCPE or IGCSE?
This is now, it had a mixture of both, but I was doing KCSE, yeah. And they had now also the international
Certificate of Secondary Education.
Yeah, and they had also the other things like drama art and languages, which is something that we didn't have. We just had basic back in my older school. So this one is fancy, and they have what do we call this? School dance or ball dance?
Proms.
Proms. And I'm like, first of all, this is too much pressure, right? Based on where I'm from, I just want to do this. Let's get this and be done with it. So, but one thing I noticed was the pace was slower for me. the pace of study was also very slower because they would take so long to get to understand a topic. While, remember, I was reading ahead. I'm already way ahead of that topic. So I felt like I'm going back, like I'm being drained back.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I felt I'm being drained back. So I'm there. I finish a term. I'm now going into...
And just acing it.
Acing it. It's so easy. Going into term 2. And as I'm going into term 2, something happens. We had a deputy teacher, and his name was Mr. Wambogo. And he noticed I'm not in school. And I haven't come back in Arotani, remember? Now in Arotani, not Victoria. Yeah, I've now moved on. I've moved on. I'm 10 miles. I've moved on, right? I'm enjoying these meals. I've gained weight. Actually, I even gained weight. I'm no longer farming. I'm no longer doing all these other things because we used to farm for our own meals back in Arotani. Remember why the school compound was so big?
Oh, that's why.
We had a whole maize field, right? We had pawpaw, we had fruits, we had cows, by the way, that would have to...
Milk.
Not milk, but foliage. Make foliage for, like, every once a year we would have to make foliage for the cows because those would give us the milk for the entire school. And the tea, you do this, I can see you, like, when it was so interesting. But yeah, now I'm not doing all that, other experience of high school. I am just studying, and my work is to study and to say, what do I need? And school trips and everything were free for me. Really amazing. They used to do like triple cities, school trips and all that. And I'm like, this is such an experience. I can get used to this, right? So Mr. Wambogo notices back in Arotani, now my former high school, I haven't gone back to school, which is kind of odd because my mom would always ensure that I go back with something, talk to the, cashier, talk to the headmistress, and then I go back to class, right? But this time round, no, it's dead silent. So he knew my mom works in the market. So he started looking for my mom, and he sent a teacher. She used to be a physics teacher. He sent her to go look for my mom and ask my whereabouts. And so they had to keep on going, and they got my mom in. Remember, my mom was very famous in the Nakuru market, right? Because she's done this
for years.
That market fed us. She had done this for years. So they find her and they ask her, hey, we know the situation, we know, the struggles. And they told her, would like her to come back. And the headmistress has agreed that she will be on sponsorship.
Okay, this movie of a life of yours is insane. You have me hooked. So what happens?
So now I get a second scholarship for high school.
Uh-huh.
And my mom is like, what do I do? So I have to make a choice. I'm approached and I'm asked, what do you want? And Richie, so I have this posh school, really amazing, facilities amazing, right? Great food, great different experience. And then I have the a missionary school, right, which is very strict, to the T and everything. And I'm being told to choose between these two.
And?
So I sit down and I'm looking at the pros and cons of each side. And I make a decision based on purely just in terms of academics and which one would give me the pace that I wanted, right?
Wow.
And Richie, I chose to go back to Arutani in Form 2.
God, you are incredible. We have to stop. This one is for me again. We have to stop. Oh my God.